Can you see the ad at the back? Well, basically that's new fan from HAVN, and right here we have a new case from HAVN as well. This is BF360, which does look quite cool, and we're going back with regular design, but it's nothing like a regular design because this case has high airflow design when we're talking about the front mounting of the fans, in general low noise, and two, well, it could go up to four, but two pre-installed 180 mm fans on front. Now check this panel out. This is specifically designed with airflow in mind, because when you check the spacings here, it's typically made to create that perfect distance for the airflow. And when you place it back, let me just show you. So simple as this. You just put it in. And when you take a look where the fan is located and where these are, they have enough space to create the perfect airflow without obstructing it. Same thing goes for the top one. Now we only have this top cover, which means that if you remove that, you get the access to placing a bigger radiator on front, which gives you an option for a 360 radiator, but you do of course have to remove the 180 fans. Now the same thing goes on the top. What we have here is the same cover. Now this is the same pattern, same design. Of course, you have the mesh located here, but it's quite easy to clean it. Then we go here. What you see here is more 280 fans, so two more, which gives you an idea that you can place inside this case for 180 if you desire to go with the air cooler. And then we go in the inner part of the chassis. First, we have these type of rubber parts, which I don't think they're there to create some dampening part in terms of just preventing it from crashing to the case, because you have an opening right here which kind of fits right in. But I think it's from preventing the air going out of it, maybe even from not punching directly to the metal part. So the tempered glass is not, well, actually the metal isn't directly touching the metal part. And then right here we have some sort of angle degree with 135 degrees, which is perfectly calculated for the best angle for the intake for the GPU, which means that it cools it down by, I think they said, 1.5 to 2 degrees lower. And in this scenario, where we have the intake fans and everything all together, the CPU goes up to 4 degrees lower, while the GPU goes up to 2 degrees lower. So yeah. Now, here for the cable management, you see that we have the original from the HAVN HS 420 design, so you can basically do understanding cable management, which will give you quite nice straight way for the 24-pin cable. The same thing goes here at the bottom, the top as well. And all for the important, well, the bigger cables, you have these ties for the 24-pin, yes, and eventually yes, it's either a 12-inch PWR or an 8-pin PCI Express cable. Now, the backside can accommodate two 3.5-inch hard drives, or you could actually swap them with 2.5-inch SSDs. There's also possibility for, I would say, quite nice amount of cable management space here at the bottom. But when you take a look at the whole part at the back, giving you loads of space regarding the cable management, well portized, adjusting everything properly, just to have that clean background, as well as the front part of the chassis. And you also get the PWM hub. All in all, again, another case from HAVN that delivers pretty nice aesthetics, without a doubt. I mean, check this front panel, check the pattern here. This looks brilliant. On the white case, we have a bit lighter version of this, and on the darker case, in the full black case, we have a bit darker version. So this is what I was talking about, a bit darker pattern, like looks outstanding, and taking into consideration what we have right here. So we have a high airflow case, which has been designed outstandingly from the ground up. We have a possibility to mount a dual 360 radiator, all 4 180mm fans. We have angled intake for the, well, basically internal air duct for optimized air cooling for the GPU, which is angled by 125 degrees. And as I stated, that's perfectly calculated just to get that perfect intake, so it doesn't get stuck or something like that. Flexible SSD and hard drive mountings. We have vibration dampening storage trays, simple cable routing, as already stated, like with 33mm of clearance. And I mean, just the case in general looks clean, minimalistic, And I have to say, I'm loving the front panel, the design on it, and with the visual aspect altogether was brilliant. On top, we have the power on about 3.5mm jack, and all those standard connections like we get on any case. But digging the case, digging the visuals, but I totally forgot we have the fans, right? So we have the new H series fans. We have 120, 140, and 180. And as you can see, the fins have these grooves. And the middle part, what you see, you have these indents. So basically, the air doesn't actually bounce off 100% from the middle part of the motor. It actually does go a bit inside. So this kind of helps for the airflow, for not having too much turbulence, and it doesn't continue bouncing back inside the chassis. Talking about, let me just grab the other fan, talking about the cable management. So there is no need for magnetic locks or anything similar to that, even though that could be easier in general for mounting. But what they did is create an opening around these holes. You basically push the cable here, and you have enough space here to connect another fan. So you get this seamless cable management around, and on the side, of course, where it's not visible. As I said, three fans, harmonized flow design, what they called it, which basically goes into the segment which it has precisely shaped hub and blade edges. Then we have the triple groove FGB design, which means that it can self-lubricate it, so it doesn't start leaking or anything similar to that. And ultra thick frame, so the 180 model is 40 millimeters. These ones are 30 millimeters. You have 30% of glass fiber reinforced composite, which means that this chassis of the fan is quite sturdy and basically not doesn't flex much. But not only that, the blades as well, the same thing. So it doesn't create that. And you can see the effect. Sorry, I have to interrupt you for this. You can see the effect. Like an airplane turbine, it has the same visual aspect. All in all, outstanding. These ones run at 2100 RPMs, the 120 ones, 140 ones run at I think 1600, and the 180 at 1200. So quiet, they run, they have high static pressure, they deliver, and that's outstanding. And to wrap it up for HAVN, what we have here, the BF360 coming in black and white color with a bit darker front panel for the black one, lighter for the white one, logical, right? But the concept of this case, the idea behind it for the airflow and how to place four 180 millimeter fans if you're going with specifically for the air cooler is outstanding. The way they calculated everything from the front intake for the exhaust and specifically for the air duct for the GPU cooling it down. You can see actually the graphic here at the back of what it does. Unfortunately, I hope you caught that because it was quite quick. But in general, then we have the cable management possibilities, the Velcro straps at the back, giving you, well, basically, you can't miss cable management and do something wrong with this type of case. No toolless design, everything is really straightforward, easy to open. I mean, again, you can see it at the back. I think I'm done talking. That's all for today, guys. HAVN at Computex 2025. See you soon.